I think one of the reasons that I want to do this album is also a very deep reason, is the fact that I feel so fortunate to have been introduced to Nashville in the early 60s when music was the way it was, and I feel it slipping away much, much faster than I'm ready for it to slip away. The only way I know of doing something about it at this point is keep singing what I always loved, because I'm still the same.
It's like it's always been, you're leaving, and
I put it off for quite a while because I wasn't sure I could do it. And I'm not so sure I could now if I hadn't had Marty working with me and Mick Connolly as the engineer. I don't know, but I still love to sing just as much as I ever did. I heard a saying one time is do what God told you till He tells you something else. And He hadn't told me anything else yet, so I think I'm still singing.
How about a hand for the great Connie Smith? Come here, Connie.
I'm a heart song lover. I like a song that touches your heart. It's communication, and I want to find something that I can communicate to whoever I'm singing to.
just go back in time. That makes two of us.
That makes two of us. That Costas and Patty Loveless and Emery Gordy, her husband, wrote that song. And I knew it had been recorded, but when I heard it, I said, I just love that song. And so we just started it out, and that's the way it came out.
I can't take your hurt and wish it away.
I was a huge fan of Johnny Paycheck, and he was my friend. And I was out looking one day, Marty and I, over to an old used record store, and I always look for Johnny Paycheck. And I heard Johnny sing it, and I thought I would let Marty kept saying, you need to record that, and I said, I can't do it, you know. He's done it, there's no way of doing it anymore. But I just did love the song so much, and we you know, with the help of all the guys, I think it turned out really well.
I never knew the meaning of lonesome.
Blue Heartaches actually was the very first song started for this record, because it's the one we started 15 years ago, and we got so far into the song, and then we got to disagreeing about it, and Marty finally just got up and left and went downstairs, and a little bit later he come back and said, I hope you're in a better mood now. We finally got it finished, and I'm glad. It's one of the ones that we've written that I'm proudest of.
You're the one who has to pay the cost of broken dreams.
A friend of mine that I have recorded like 68 of his songs, Dallas Frazier. Matter of fact, Dallas and I sat down one time to write a song together, and that was just about the time he got out of the business and quit writing for 30 years. And then we ran into him, talked to him, and he had a new song, and he played that song for me. That had a lot to do with the album too, because it was the 69th Dallas Frazier song that I had recorded that had been released. And I think it's a very important part of the album, because Dallas and I have been compadres for a long time, so it was just wonderful to have him to be a part of it. That was the icing on the cake, is to have him to be a part of this album. I used Rick Wright playing lead guitar, Rick McClure playing drums, and Gary Carter playing steel guitar. And then we had Robbie Turner playing steel part of the time. And we had my favorite guitar player on it actually was Marty, and he played guitar and played several different kinds of guitar throughout the album. And then Paul Martin, Marty's one of the Fabulous Superlatives, also played on this album. And then we had a couple of other players. Yeah, Dirk Johnson played piano, and Andy Reese played the tic-tac guitar.
I've traveled far.
Diane Barry wrote that song and played it for me, and I told her I wanted to record it. I must have held it a year or more, if not longer. And I kept saying, yeah, I want to do it. And whenever I do the album, I'm going to do it. And so we did, and then I couldn't believe it. But the first one I asked to sing on it was my daughter Jeannie. And she just don't sing in public. She sings well, but she don't want to do it. And she finally said, "Yeah, I'll do it on the record. I ain't gonna do it in public." so I got her, and then Jody, my daughter Jody, who sings with Old Black Kettle sometimes and sings on her own. She's used to it, and she sang with me. And then my daughter Julie, who has not made a career of or tried doing a lot of singing, maybe karaoke. She came in, so I was thrilled to death to have all three of them on it. I was really proud.
I can't make it on my own. Help me.
Country music is music from the heart. Country music has always been kind of a gauge of what's going on in society. To me, it's important, as I said earlier, to communicate, and I want to sing something that it's good for my heart, but it also touches others' hearts, and that brings us together. It's just like doing a live show, and you get out there and you can sing your heart out, but if the audience is dead, it's really work. But if that audience's heart connects with yours and they rise, then you rise, and it makes it complete.
And